Want to welcome everybody here to this groundbreaking ceremony today, the construction kickoff. Very exciting for the club and everybody that's here and the members. To get things started today, I would like to welcome City Councilwoman Darla Bonk.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Everybody's staying nice and cool. This beautiful hot day. Well, thank you guys so much for having me. How many of you have never been to a Ward 6 meeting or had any idea that I was your council person? Raise your hand. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we're doing something right. Well, I get the privilege and honor of serving you as the council person for your ward, which is Ward 6 within the city of Fort Myers, and have been doing so since November of 2020, and I'm in my second term. And we've had a lot of improvements that have taken place. Anybody had water issues over the last few years? Right? So we're getting there. We're doing a lot of really neat things within the city, going through budget planning right now for 25-26 calendar year. And just like you guys are going through a lot of redevelopment with your golf course and with these buildings, which is very exciting, a lot of exciting press coverage on this. A lot of people are excited to come back and be able to play on your golf course, hear that a lot. For now, they're coming to Eastwood and Fort Myers Country Club, so that's a great thing for us as the city. But we have exciting things that we are doing in the city, and it's great to see what you're doing here at Colonial Country Club. It's a really beautiful piece of property that you all have the privilege of living on and been blessed to grow up here most of my life. And Colonial Country Club was always a sweet spot that my dad enjoyed playing golf at. So really excited to be here and join you all in the celebration of your efforts. I'm just here to enjoy your party, so thank you guys for having me. And with that, I'm going to introduce Rob Keller.
Thank you. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rob Keller, and I first moved into Colonial Country Club in January 2004, so I've been here a long time. Those were very exciting times when we first moved in here. Everything was new. We had new homes, we had brand new amenities, we had a brand new golf course. It was just really exciting. And one of the things I wanted to convey today is that I'm even more excited here today than I was back then. And you say, well, why are you more excited? Well, I'm more confident than ever that the amenities that we're going to have when they're refurbished and renewed are going to be better than what we've ever had here before. So that gives me a lot of excitement. And, we're making a tremendous investment in our community, too. It's not just an investment for what we want to do with our lives and our activities, but it's an investment also in the value of our community and the value of our properties. Just like when you put in a new kitchen or bath in your home and you're going to enjoy those features, you also make an investment in the value of your home. And we're doing the same thing here in our community, and even to a much bigger effect. I think the multiplier effect for each and every one of us will be even larger to the value of our properties and also into our enjoyment of our community. The last thing I wanted to express today was gratitude. I have a lot of gratitude for all the members who've gotten involved, because we're doing this for us and by us. And that's another big difference about the process this time around. There's a lot of people who've been involved right from the get-go, like focus groups that have been involved. There's people who have been involved on committees and serving as committee chair people. And of course, we have great partners too. We have partners in Troon and partners with all of our contractors in Gordon Lewis, and we're really been served well by our partners. The dedication to the job has been really commendable. As part of the golf course ad hoc committee, I get to see this and doing all the tours and working with Pat and his team. Pat Tohill has been extraordinarily dedicated. And he's not, as a member who's involved, you get a sense that it's not just his dedication to the project, but it's his dedication to doing this for us, doing this for our benefit. And we've had continuous input through the whole process, and I can see on the golf course, it's just going to be so much better than it ever was, and we're really excited about that. And then I have a lot of gratitude towards the people who have provided the leadership within our community at the very top. And I lived here for a lot of years, and without really knowing and appreciating how much some of us volunteer and do for our community. And it's, you know, I've gotten a better sense of that in the last couple of years, seeing how much work they've done. And it's really been, that kind of leadership has gotten us to where we are today and getting us to where we need to be. And it really gives me a good, warm place in my heart to know that some of us have provided that leadership and have risen to the moment to get us, you know, through this whole process. And all these communities that do this go through some consternation in getting everything done. But, you know, I'm really confident that we're going to be on the other side of this, and we're all going to cherish and value all these terrific amenities that we're going to have. So thank you very much. And coming up will be Cindy Smith.
Good morning. I'm Cindy Smith, and I am a member of the Architectural Review Committee, and then also a member of the Master Plan Ad Hoc Committee. So I want to share with all of you a little bit of my journey to where we are today. My parents retired here in the Fort Myers, Florida area, so my husband and I have been coming down here well over 20 years. In 2021, we decided to start looking for our retirement home. But we knew we wanted to be about an hour radius around from where my parents lived, which happened to be Pelican Preserve. So our realtor showed us a twin villa on Hemingway, and we liked it. We made an offer on cell phone. We'd never seen the place, but before we closed, we were like, let's actually go look at the house as well as the community. So our realtor showed us the twin villa. It was perfect for us. She then took us to the clubhouse, which was stunning. She then took us to the community center and the pool, which it was okay, but it was not what we expected after seeing everything else, such as the grand entrance to the community and the beautiful landscaping. But I will say, since living here, we have purchased things at the tennis shop. We have used the meeting space, the gym, the fitness area, the spa, and the library here in the community center. And we have even purchased many things in the pro shop. And I personally have used the, let's call it storage closet / dressing room to try on things before I purchase them. So we have actually experienced all of these amenities. You know, since we have purchased our home, we tiled our lanai, we replaced all the windows, we remodeled both bathrooms, and honey, the kitchen is next. But just like we have all remodeled our homes, it's time to complete the community facilities with an upgrade. You know, the Pro Shop, Cart Barn, and Community Center have served well for the past 20 years, but it's time to make them as stunning as the clubhouse. I am really honored to be part of the Master Plan Ad Hoc Committee. I can tell you there is not one member on this committee that has not taken their role extremely seriously. Since our first meeting over a year ago, each of us individually have spent hours poring over information, from selecting a general contractor, to fabrics, colors, and surfaces, to sound systems and monitors. I want to thank David Diaz and his company for facilitating all of the work and all of the information. Each time the committee met, we knew exactly what our purpose was. I'd especially like to thank Bruce Bonszik and the Facilities Committee, because they are also volunteers who have pored over the information and contracts and provided us guidance when needed. I am so excited to finally take the next step of this journey and kick off the remodeling of these amenities. You know, these amenities will provide all of us with additional space through thoughtful design. And they will provide us an enhanced experience with the updated facilities that will match the stunning level of the clubhouse and that we will all be proud of. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Bob Basset. I know most of you. Those I don't, I wish I did know. I just want to take a moment to thank, on behalf of the Golf and Greens Committee, the ghosts of the gym rats that I work out with many days, and the community. I want to thank the previous board of directors. I want to thank the current directors. And I want to thank the ad hoc committee for having the vision, the perseverance, and the commitment to get these projects done. And it's all for the betterment of our community, and I thank you.
Well, unfortunately, I won't be that short.
We got some contracts for you to review.
Done. Well, my name is Bruce Bonszik, and this is totally an exciting day to me, and I hope to everybody else. We're underway with the construction of a master plan that, took years to get to, that are going to bring the facilities here to a new experience level for the membership. Today, a vision and a concept becomes a reality. They're starting to tear things down, we're starting to build, and it won't be long before things will be popping up in the sky and we're going to see all the new things. I want to thank Dan Casiano and the entire master board for the confidence in the facilities committee. I pledged to Dan during our committee that we would turn things around within 3 or 4 days. And I got the same commitment from our members. I went to every one of our guys and said, here's what we're going to do. We got to get it done. This is the way we have to work on this. And so we did get it done in most places. There was a little bit of grousing one day, however, when 100 pages of plans dropped on a Thursday afternoon on a holiday weekend. But Tuesday we were done. We had our comments back in. There was, these guys were working so hard. 5:30 in the morning, there were emails coming out. Midnight, there were emails going around with comments and things like that. So it was a great privilege to work with them. But as we mentioned, we did review contracts, drawings, plans, specifications, and anything necessary that we had to do to get this process done. And as Dan mentioned, I think we did it okay with the time frame that we were shooting for. I really want to thank our committee members, Stan Elkerton, Greg Gibson, Art Grant, Clay Nestler, John Rock, and Daryl Schaff. We couldn't have done this without those guys and their commitment. Like I said, we were having conversations and emails back and forth about, what needs to be changed, what's in the design, what's a concern here and stuff, and we were able to get that back, We all considered it a privilege to work for you guys as members. Because we thought what we were doing was going to ultimately result in your happiness, we hope. So also as a big thank you to the Ad Hoc Master Plan Committee for considering the Facilities Committee's comments and also reaching out to us when they had a question. We thought that was very, very good of the committee to do that. We had a great group of professionals, Solution Builders, Myers and Associates, TLC Engineers, Quattrone and Associates, Heatherwood Construction, and our own Colonial staff, as well as top management. I mean, everybody worked together seamlessly on this, exchanging ideas, bouncing things off. What do we need to change? What do the members need? How are we going to get to where we need to be? So in my older days, there was a concept that came in through construction called partnering. And it's still a perfect example of what happened here. It's if everybody gets together in partners, we can get the goal, we can get the items accomplished. So collaboration and trust is the key to a successful project. I think we've seen that with everybody involved with this project. This bodes very well for the construction phase. So, in the words of a great Southern gentleman, it's now time to get her done.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Johnson. I'm the treasurer. We're screwed. All right, so tough decisions and tenacity have gotten us here today. I think as you walk around this community center, you can certainly take a look and see how aged it is. As some people said earlier, the work that you do in your house, I probably have done 50 homes in here as a finished carpenter, between painting and putting up ground molding and putting up different types of trim in this community, and I believe you know how important it is to stay up, so as they say with the Joneses, to protect your investment. I think we're constantly thriving to improve the member experience. When I am involved in all the ad hoc committees for both this and the golf course, and I can tell the desire for each one of those people to be thinking about the community first and not put themselves first. We have first with a beautiful and challenging new golf course, and now with amenities that will match those efforts and keep us in line with competing communities. You may find this odd, but I'd actually like to thank the ones who opposed this project, because it made us really consider both sides of this, what could happen to this community. For those that were involved, like I was, in making that initial decision about whether or not we were going to move forward with this project, and then getting some attorney information, many of us who are now on the board who made that original decision went back and reread that letter. And even after rereading that letter, and with the amount of opposition that has been out there, we still move forward. And we move forward individually without pressure from anyone else. It wasn't an easy decision, and maybe 10 years down the road, people may say we did the right thing. But we're not looking for thank yous. We're looking to protect the investments, not only of our own, but everyone else. Lastly, I'd like to thank Lake Michigan Credit Union. Even after being some curveballs thrown to them, Mario and I were able to convince them that this was the right thing, that 20% of our community needed this help to be able to repay back this loan, and those people are extremely appreciative of the time and energy. Mario, our CFO, has worked tirelessly, playing both sides and being just like Rob, being the Switzerland of this community, to try to understand both sides and not take a side and be extremely neutral, has done an outstanding job and will never, ever get the amount of thanks that they deserve. Lastly, if there is one person who has taken more arrows than anyone else, it's been Dan Casiano and his family. Our wives never signed up when we volunteered to come into these volunteer positions and unpaid positions to deal what we've dealt with over the last 2 years. Dan has taken more arrows, like I said, than anybody else. And he could have easily walked away. He could have easily tried to convince us to make a different decision, but he did not. He has stood firm, and I believe extremely fair in listening to all sides of the stories. So I'd like to thank Dan and Ellie for what they've personally had to go through for the last 2 years. And we're looking forward to moving on with this project. and I think it's going to be in the best interest, and I hope you all appreciate this new look. So thank you very much. And we still are screwed. So.
Wow, what great speeches from our members. And the reflections that you all made about our committees, about our members, I get to see it every day. And the commitment of those who volunteer and the commitment of our members, there's so many of you that reach out every month thanking the boards for what they've done. As you know, everyone has said, this has been a long 2-year journey. It's more like a 10-year journey. If you reflect on when we voted on, I think it was in 2017, 18, the entire community. We were going to get a 2-story cart barn and a tiki bar and a new wellness center, new clubhouse. And when that failed, Stan Elkerton, to his credit, put together an ad hoc committee with a plan on looking at our amenities. When I was put on the board and nominated to be the president, you know, we believed as a board that we needed to move forward. In that the longer we wait, the more money it's going to cost all of us. So I want to thank our ad hoc committees, our membership, Troon, who's been a great partner. Brian and others recognized our prior board and our current board. I'm very proud to serve as your master board president. I think we have a great board this year. I'm really excited to see, now that we're in the construction phase, that we're going to do it right. You know, our commitment from day one has been, whatever we do, we are going to do it right the first time. We are not going to cut corners. We're going to be prudent with our members' money, but we're going to be making decisions that ensure these projects are done right. So the next 9 months, there's going to be a lot of difficult decisions that will be made by the master board, by these ad hoc committees. But what I can assure you is all those decisions that we make always have the best interest of our membership in mind. We never make decisions that don't focus on our members. And that is my personal commitment to Colonial Country Club, as well as our master board. And I look forward to seeing the transformation of our great community that we all love. And hopefully, at the end of this, as Brian said, as with the golf course, now that we've started construction, it's time to come together. It's time to celebrate the successes of our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, folks. That concludes our service for today. So enjoy the rest of your day today, and thank you very much for your time and for joining us.